morning and welcome to the Blueprint Explosive Exclusive. I'm Madhavdas GK. Now, the mysterious death of Disha Salian, the former manager of late actor Sushant Singh Rajput, has taken a drastic turn. 5 years after the death, reportedly after she fell from the 14th floor of an apartment building in Malad, Disha's father has moved the Bombay High Court seeking a fresh probe in this entire case. He's alleged that his daughter was brutally raped and murdered, and that there was a politically motivated cover-up later. Seeking an FIR against Shiv Sena UBT leader Aaditya Thackeray, Disha's father, in his petition, has asked for the case to be transferred to the CBI. Let's take a quick look at some of the damning charges leveled by Disha's father against Aaditya Thackeray. The first is a claim that has been made that Aaditya has in fact called the cops to cover up this entire case. The second claim is that he urged cops to hide evidence in this entire matter is another claim that has been made. The third claim is that when it comes to Aaditya, he actually asked the cops to threaten key witnesses in this entire matter is the third claim that has been made by Disha's father. He has also gone on to claim that Mumbai cops delayed the post-mortem by 50 hours. The fifth claim being made over here, and in fact, if you can quickly bring that on screen, is that evidence was destroyed to shield Aaditya Thackeray. Very, very serious charges here. Sixth claim is that mega cover-up to protect the powerful criminals in this entire matter. The seventh claim is that Aaditya and Suraj Pancholi visited Disha's flat. And the eighth claim in this entire matter is that there were continuous calls between Aaditya and Riya as far as this entire matter is concerned. Very, very serious charges coming in. Ninth claim that Aaditya and Riya lied about not knowing each other is yet another claim that has been made. 10th claim is that Aaditya asked Riya to leave Sushant's residence. This is, of course, as far as these claims are concerned. Let's now, in fact, also tell you, apart from Aaditya Thackeray, Disha's father has also mentioned names of other high-profile individuals as well. Let's see who they are. Mentioned, of course, apart from Aaditya Thackeray is Suraj Pancholi. There's also Aditya's bodyguard who's been mentioned, and there is also the mention of Dino Moria in this entire matter. The claim is that high-profile people visited Disha's flat. Now, Aaditya Thackeray, however, has reacted to these allegations and called them an attempt by the Mahayuti to tarnish his image and to divert attention from real issues.
पिछले 5 सालों में जो हम लड़ाई दे रहे हैं, जो लड़ रहे हैं, जो जिन लोगों के साथ लड़ रहे हैं, वो तो आपको खत्म करना चाहते हैं। देश की जो परंपरा है वो खत्म करना चाहते हैं, और इसी में मेरी बदनामी की कोशिश पिछले 5 सालों से हो रही है, चलती आई है। अगर कोई आज बात कोर्ट में है तो कोर्ट में जवाब देंगे।
After Aditya, now Uddhav Thackeray has reacted. He says he's surprised that this issue wasn't raised earlier. Let the matter be discussed in court, says Uddhav Thackeray, former Chief Minister. Listen in.
मला खरं गेले 1-2 अधिवेशन आश्चर्य वाटत होतं की अधिवेशनाचा मुद्दा आला कसा नाही. त्यांच्या मुली बाळी ज्या सांगतात की आमच्या वडिलांच्या आत्महत्या झाल्या, आमच्या वडिलांची हत्या झाली, त्यांच्याबद्दल चौकशीचं काय? त्यांच्या चौकशीचं जसं देशमुखांची हत्या झाली, त्यांची मुलगी बोलते की बाबा माझ्या वडिलांच्या हत्येचं काय? गुन्हेगारांना पकडणार त्याच्यात, पण हा विषय कोर्टात चाललेला आहे. द्या ना कोर्टात काय ते.
Nilesh was joining us for more on the story. Nilesh, this entire matter has turned political. It's even been discussed in the assembly as well, where in fact the entire matter has been raked up by BJP legislators in particular. What exactly are we looking at in terms of the political fallout of this case?
Well, yes, absolutely, Madhav. It is nearly 5 years now. However, the controversy surrounding Aaditya Thackeray and Disha Salian still continues. Now it is only gaining traction with every passing day. After the petition that has been kept at Bombay High Court, we can see how the sitting alliance partner, in particularly Shiv Sena, Shinde faction and BJP is all hitting out at Uddhav Thackeray, the then Chief Minister of Maharashtra, stating that how it was lawlessness situation during the tenure of Mahavikas Aghadi, labeling some very serious charges against the then Home Minister Anil Deshmukh as well, have been stating that how Anil Deshmukh was one of the individuals who pressurized the father of Disha Salian not to take up the case, and Kishore story paid nikar. The mayor of Mumbai was also involved into it. Anil Deshmukh was constantly pressurizing the top of Maharashtra police not to take up the case in the right direction. Various elements were also fabricated. Now today, while taking up the issue, Amit Satam from the BJP and Nitish Rane made a heated argument which led to termination of the assembly for nearly 10 minutes. So it is all a heated debate.
So thanks so much for joining us. That matter coming up in the assembly as well. Thanks so much for that quick update there, Nilesh. And Mahavikas Aghadi now has rallied behind Aaditya Thackeray, terming the allegations against him a BJP ploy to divert attention from its failures. But the Maharashtra government has vowed justice, saying that anyone who's found to be involved will be punished.
औरंगजेब का विषय महाराष्ट्र में ये लोग नहीं चलाया पाए और उनके ऊपर उलट गया औरंगजेब। अब उसके छुटकारा पाने के लिए ये दिशा सालियन वाला विषय को ये लोग तूल दे रहे हैं। ये राजनीति है, लेकिन एक गंदी राजनीति, ये हरकतें महाराष्ट्र में जो हो रही है उससे हमारा राज्य बदनाम हो रहा है। एक युवा नेता जो अच्छा काम कर रहा है उसको बदनाम करने की एक कोशिश है, हमारे पार्टी को बदनाम करने की एक कोशिश है। औरंगजेब नहीं चला तो ये चलाओ, ये नहीं चला तो ये चलाओ। ये कौन कर रहा है और क्यों कर रहे हैं?
देखिए, दिशा सालियन का पहले भी थोड़ा जो मृत्यु हुआ वो संशयास्पद था। आज उसके पिताजी खुल के बाहर आए, वो बर्दाश्त नहीं कर पा रहे। 5 साल से वो बर्दाश्त करते थे। उन्होंने कहा है कि एक्स मेयर ने उनके ऊपर दबाव लाया था और उसकी वजह से मैं बोल नहीं पा रहा था। आज वो हाईकोर्ट में गए हैं, हाईकोर्ट जो भी निर्णय लेगा उचित निर्णय लेगा, लेकिन इसके अंदर जो भी आरोपी अगर आ गए सामने तो उसको जेल में भेजा जाएगा।
All right, and joining us for more on this, we have the advocate Nilesh Ojha joining us. He is the lawyer of Satish Salian, who's Disha's father. Joining us also with us on the show are advocate Aniket Nikam, spokesperson of BJP, Shaina NC is leader of the Shiv Sena, Anil Chitre is leader of the Shiv Sena UBT. We have Ravi Srivastav also joining us on the show. Let me start with you first, Nilesh Ojha. What really is the evidence? You said that you have a lot of evidence in the affidavit that you have filed. It's a very, very challenging case. Politically speaking, we're already seeing repercussions in the assembly. And what really will you be able to bring before the court to prove the serious charges that you are leveling? Mr. Ojha.
There are 2-3 types of evidences. One is direct eyewitnesses. Second is circumstantial evidences. Third is the cover-up and false defense taken by these people is additional evidence as per section 106 of the Evidence Act, and all chain is complete. Now I am coming to that point. Exact क्या evidence है. So eyewitness time we are not going to disclose his name, but नीतीश राणे जी also मतलब पहले दिन से वो कह रहे हैं और हमारे पास भी हमने एफिडेविट पे दे दिया है. इसके अलावा apart from this, there is a specific complaint dated 12th January 2024 given by Rashid Khan Pathan, President of Supreme Court and High Court Litigant Association. उस complaint में specific allegations are there that accused Aaditya Thackeray and others are accused of gang rape and murder of Disha Salian. FIR should be registered against them and other police officers who are involved in the conspiracy to cover up, and all should be taken into custody and action should be taken against them.
Okay.
When there is specific complaint, then as per guidelines given by the Supreme Court in Lalita Kumari's case, Mr. Aniket Nikam will also throw light on this, and as per guidelines issued by Director General of Police Maharashtra, the complaint has to be first registered as an FIR. Thereafter, the police will take appropriate action after investigation.
But you're saying basically that didn't happen because of political pressure. But may I ask you, the eyewitness that you are mentioning, understandable that you want to protect the identity of that individual, but what exactly will the eyewitness be able to reveal as far as this case is concerned? Can you share that with us?
Gang rape and murder and cover up. Everything will be revealed.
That will be revealed by the eyewitness, you're saying. That's a very, very serious claim.
Yes. Sound eyewitness along with digital footprints and all the evidence undeniable.
That's a very, very serious charge. And how soon are you hoping for this hearing to take place, Mr. Ojha?
Most likely next week.
By next week, you will be able to take place. Given the fact that there are big personalities involved, Mr. Ojha, and you have, of course, mentioned in that particular letter as well that if anything happens to Mr. Salian, it will be the responsibility of these individuals. How will you safeguard and ensure the safety and that there is no political pressure that comes to bear, either on you or on Mr. Salian?
अभी देखिए कि it is actually responsibility of the government to provide the protection. And even if there is any risk, then also sufficient material is already on record. जो material on record है, that is sufficient even for conviction and sentence of death penalty. So that material is even sufficient, even if anything happens to any one of us.
Okay. Stay with us, Mr. Ojha. Let me quickly take it across now to our panelists. Akhil Chitre, I want you to come in, leader of Shiv Sena UBT. Your response to what is being stated by Mr. Ojha, because he says that there is evidence to back up the claims that have been made in that petition to the High Court.
According to Mr. Ojha, I just heard him, the matter is so grave and it is so serious. I think he should have given a precipice in the Mumbai High Court and mentioned the urgency in the court. Why next week? I think if it is so grave and so urgent, it mention should have been made in the High Court that it is an urgent matter. This whole thing is politically motivated. There is already a CID report which already states that no one is involved in it. There is no political pressure in it. There is an SIT inquiry going on for last 2 to 3 years. And let me state over here, let the whole country know that last 3 years the government is of Mahayuti. We are not in the government. So why is it taking so many years for a closure for SIT? Why are they not giving a closure report and tabling their report? Because this is totally politically motivated and they want to malign my leader's image. That's the only motive behind this.
Okay. You want to come in on this, Advocate Aniket Nikam? This is all political in nature. It's all being done with an intent to malign my leader's image. Your response to Mr. Chitre?
Madhavji, what Mr. Chitre has said is extremely laughable. Let us first understand that the petition is not filed by any political party, but it is filed by father of the victim. And the father of victim, as Mr. Ojha explained very clearly and succinctly, has leveled several serious allegations. Now when serious allegations are being leveled, the court probably will have to look into it. Probably the court will call for the report of the inquiry, so on and so forth. Now the matter is sub judice. The court will take the appropriate decision. I don't want to second guess what the court will do. But the fact remains that there is nothing politics to do with whatever is happening right now, because this petition is not filed by any politician. It is not filed by any third party. It is filed by the father of victim, who has been suffering silently for all these years, and probably he has got courage to finally go to the courts and lodge his protest. And we'll have to see what happens thereafter. But it is very unfortunate when somebody goes and gathers, musters the courage, files petition, tries to bring the truth on record. Allegations are being leveled that this is politically motivated. The courts will decide the fate of this petition. We don't have to second guess or think or assume what the Honorable Court would do.
And Ravi Srivastava, we want to respond to that. Why are we second guessing what the courts will do? If there is evidence, then the courts will act accordingly. If there is no evidence and they are not able to prove that case, then of course we will know. Why are we second guessing what the courts will do? Ravi Srivastava.
Absolutely not. No second guessing. The fact is that victim should get the justice, and howsoever justice is delayed, but still that her father is fighting the case once again. What I want to say is that a CBI inquiry was also instituted that time. It has 4.5 years now. There is no report. And that Mr. Fadnavis instituted another inquiry by the SIT in 22 December, 2.5 years, no report. Why this is public money, taxpayers' money, these people are working. Why are they sleeping on it? Why the case is not coming to a closure? I was hearing Mr. Salian. He was saying that 4 years he was scared and he could not go to, he could not pursue the matter, or he was convinced by the police that time. But now he is not convinced with the police. Now he said that I accepted that it was a suicide. Now I accept that it's a murder. So there is change of mind, change of heart. I mean, all these things will have to be explained. And all these things, the Honorable Court will...
Let's ask Mr. Ojha. Let's ask Mr. Ojha. Just coming to you in a moment, Shaina NC. Mr. Ojha, would you like to respond to Ravi Srivastava? What explains this change of heart? And also the previous question, that came in from Mr. Chittre. Why aren't you going for a mentioning if this is such an urgent case? Both those questions to you, Mr. Ojha.
Yes. In next week, it will be mentioned, first thing. Second thing, जो उन्होंने कहा था कि it is politically motivated. Same affidavit was filed by their leader, Mr. Aaditya Thackeray. And we have filed one perjury and contempt application under section 340 of CRPC for taking Aaditya Thackeray and his advocate into custody. That application is pending in the court. Then one legal notice issued by Supreme Court and High Court Litigants Association, defamation notice, to Aaditya Thackeray, main accused, and it was received by him. The notice is for damages of rupees 19,750 crores. Third thing, why we are not mentioning this petition? We took around 7 to 10 days for drafting, that is 230-page petition. It is sent for filing and we will get the circulation. That is different thing. It is only storm and fantasy. कि अरे ऐसा हो गया, आपने तो लाल शर्ट ही पहन लिया था, इधर उधर की बात मत कर, ये बता काफिला कैसे लूटा, हमें राहजनों से गिरा नहीं, तेरी रहबरी का सवाल है. तो ये पहले बता कि आदित्य ठाकरे वहां था कि नहीं, उसका मोबाइल टावर लोकेशन वहां था या नहीं था, झूठा क्यों बोला, क्यों ये स्टोरी बनाई कि उसका हड्डी टूट गया था, ये हो गया था, वो हो गया था, क्यों बिहार के जो आईपीएस अधिकारी आए हैं जिन्होंने दिशा सालियान के केस का फाइल मांगा, उनको क्यों डिटेन किया, क्यों दिशा सालियान के फैमिली के घर पे किशोरी पेडनेकर गई और उनको कहा कि आप साइन कर दीजिए.
Okay.
These are the points.
All right. Akhil Chittre wants to respond to you on that. Akhil Chittre.
First of all, there are visual effects which I think all the media houses have it, that on the 8th June, which Mr. Ojha is claiming about some tower locations, Mr. Aaditya Thackeray was in a funeral of his grandfather. So that would be shown in the High Court or wherever the inquiry team requires. And secondly, Mr. Nikam said that I said that political parties have filed a case. I think it's hilarious on his part. I never said anything as such. I said that this case is politically motivated.
Okay. Okay. Shaina NC, the case is politically motivated. This is a claim coming in repeatedly from the opposition parties there in Maharashtra. Your response to this claim?
Firstly, no case should be politically motivated. Let me please say, not you, me, or anyone is the judge. If a matter is sub judice, the allegations either way need to be proven in a court of law and let the court decide. But it is absolutely clear that this case has been filed by a victim's father. Now, for whatever reasons, if he feels that the postmortem took too long, it took over 50 hours, or if there is some new evidence which has come into play, or if it was a cover-up, or if he was put under pressure, or if it was Anil Deshmukh, or if it was the government of the day, all these are questions which will be answered based on the substantive evidence which is proven in a court of law. So if Aditya ji has nothing to worry about, then this ends it then and there. So let's not get into speculation. But at the same time, if a child loses life and her father feels that there is more than meets the eye, that too must come out in the public domain, because then you have a reason to reopen a case which seems to be very high profile. But having said that, none of us need to sit on judgment. Let the courts do its job. Let the Ojha ji, if he feels that there is so much more that needs to come out, well, that has to be proven in a court of law. What does BJP or Shiv Sena have to do with this particular case, or for that matter any case? It is not politically motivated. And in the days to come, when you have people talking about defaming, you're defaming both ways, right? So if Anil Deshmukh was the then Home Minister, and if he was brought under pressure, or there were hours post the post-mortem which are areas of contention, and if the matter is sub judice, if calls were made for cover-up, the father of the deceased has every right to have all these questions answered in a court of law.
Absolutely.
This has nothing to do with Shiv Sena or BJP or
Let me bring in Ravi
else.
Srivastava on that. Ravi Srivastava, I think one or two very important points. End of the day, if the father is a victim, does he not have a right to knock on the doors and get justice? And the kind of questions that you're raising, you're actually raising questions, or you're shaming the victim who is actually seeking justice today.
Absolutely not, Madhav. I am for it that there should be a justice should be given. The victim should get the justice. Our father has got a full right to go to the court and see to it that it reaches a logical end. But here the issue is that it appears to be a politically motivated case, because involving a young politician from a rival party, and if ultimately it is found that he is not guilty, then it's a loss of reputation for him for no reason, if it is remotely not found. Because had there been something substantive at that time when the initial inquiry was done, then it should have come out at least in the open, that whether he was physically present over there or he physically tried to play with some evidences or something like that. So if it becomes totally unsubstantiated case, then it's a loss of reputation for
you're playing with the reputation of someone who's a known politician in the state. Advocate Aniket Nikam, your response.
Madhavji, when he said that this is a politically motivated case, by saying so, we are knocking off the grievances of the father of the victim. As I said earlier, and Shaina ji also said earlier, the politics has nothing to do, no political party has anything to do with the petition that has been filed by the father of Disha Salian. He is the victim, his father, he's suffered for so long, he's just trying to bring on record the grievances, that grudges that he has. And the court will look into it eventually. The court will have to decide one way or the other. Therefore, by saying that filing of petition itself is a political move, I say sorry, it cannot be so. The father of victim has knocked the doors of the court. We have to respect that, and courts will take the appropriate decision. That's all.
Shainansi, one of the other charges being made is that, this is an attempt to divert from the Aurangzeb issue, which did not work on ground as the ruling party wanted to. How do you respond to that? You would have seen that comment coming in from Sanjay Raut as well.
Look at the kind of preposterous comments that Sanjay Raut ji makes. First and foremost, I am of the opinion, and this is my independent opinion, that we should not use politics in any case which is very serious, as is the nature of this particular case, because this is an independent inquiry of a father. I am not sitting on judgment, and I hope that Aaditya Thackeray has absolutely nothing to do with this case. This would be a huge relief. So it's not as if somebody is being targeted. The point is that in a particular case, right, wrong or otherwise, if there are systemic flaws too, then that too needs to come out. If the Home Minister of the then government was involved in kind of shielding, maybe not him or many others, then that too must come out. So I just want to say this constant lame argument that it's a political conspiracy, please, let's not get into that, because none of us can be judges. It's only evidence in a court of law that proves who is innocent and who is guilty. And as far as political motivation is concerned, Madhav, Sanjay Raut wakes up every single morning. Sometimes he's lost in confused translation, doesn't know whether Aurangzeb was a great leader or he is a great leader. What his viewpoint is, only God knows. So I am not going to sit on commentary on that. And I don't think it is for us to sit on judgment on this particular case too.
Well, certainly Sanjay Raut is no stranger to controversy. But very quickly, Akhil Chitre, would you like to respond to that? Shaina NC says we all hope, or at least she hopes, that, Aaditya Thackeray is cleared of charges. But there is a process that has to be followed. Let's not politicize this process, is what she's saying.
The family has whole right to go to the concerned authorities, file case, go to High Court, and even Aditya ji has clearly stated that he'll answer in the court of law. But these BJP leaders in Maharashtra, they are on bandwagon and they are making statements that he should be put behind bars and etc. and etc. Now let me tell you one thing, whatever Mr. Anil Deshmukh, the ex-Home Minister, what they are claiming must have done or not done, but for last 3 years, whose government is there in Maharashtra? Leave Maharashtra, from Galli to Delhi, Bharatiya Janata Party and Mahayuti is there.
Okay.
So why were they sitting over this?
Okay.
Why is the SIT?
We'll have to leave it there. Advocate Nilesh Ojha, Advocate Aniket Nikam, Shaina NC, Akhil Chitre and Ravi Srivastava. I'd like to thank all of you for joining us on this debate. And next week when that hearing does take place, do watch this space. We'll be covering and tracking this particular case very, very closely right here on Times Now. Slipping into a quick break. More news on the other side.